Howdy hackers, and welcome to another episode of FairLight TV. We're back this time with a visit to one of the very nice copy party events. This one is Mysdata in Karlskrona, kindly hosted by Genesis Project and Sensor Design, I would imagine, because it was Scooby and Magnar and hardcore motherfuckers with Freed also as a kind participant who hosted most of the competition events. So I must warn you already now that a number of the videos are rather dark. I was using my GoPro running around, and it was very cozy in the place, which means that the lighting was quite scarce, which means that video is sort of so and so. But if you watch this one to the end, you will have a very nice talk with Trap and the Sarge discussing a bit of a drunk expose on demo coding and the life around that. I'm hoping you would enjoy that as much as I did filming it. So over to Mysdata. So, FairLight TV on location in Karlskrona at Mysdata. So this is a rather small party in the southeast part of Sweden, a naval city where you have one of the military bases. So quite nice place, very close to the washer, and this is also the Swedish headquarters of Telenor, is just over in that direction. Magna and Scooby are the arrangers of this one, and let's just have a bit of a look on the interior of this place. So I should say that this is not taking place at Telenor, it's taking place at the consultancy gig where Magnar is managing the office here. So this is a building with two consultancy companies in it, I think, and the one Magnar is managing is upstairs, and there is somebody else as well here, but so it's basically in their kitchen and in the hall where they have like their internal meetings. So here, kitchen, well equipped with coffee, super good coffee here, and snack.
You know what time it is?
It's wasp time.
No,
it's done.
It's beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock.
From the freezer.
Yes, of course. The Petski demo by Norland and Red Crab. You know, the arrangers of FairLight. LFT's magical setup.
Hur gör du det som... Är det inte det?
Ja, du byter ut någon av...
Low level hacking stuff, I don't understand that.
Ja, det är fin utan på den, så vill du ha en som absolut inte.
Hur gör du det?
So Pex, you've seen him on the channel before, and David Jacobi. Poop, you've seen him on the channel as well. Magical musician Flex. Really, more outline design stuff, and guests. And hello, Wizzy!
Hello.
Wizzy? Mr. Beer O'Clock, what? Dead guy doing stuff. Now we know how it's done. And over here you have Photon. You've seen him before, so if you've seen the favorite demos on the channel, that was the guy that selected them for you. for each location where the compost will eventually be held, I guess. Yeah, that's what we're having today, and oh, this one. My stuff. Getting out to where there is more light. So, yeah, what else to add? Nothing more. I will add more as I have it. So, see you in a bit.
Ibland vill man inte
What is that?
It's Restport KA71.
So it has input, it has output. Where is the throughput?
It has no throughput, I'm sorry, but it has a stereo separation, which is awesome.
And how many hardcore motherfucker stickers are there on it?
It's just one, I'm sorry.
That's not enough.
There are actually 2 latex.
And it still works, right?
Yeah, it has 2 latex stickers, but only one.
How is the mono? Not good, right?
The mono, you don't need this.
No, yeah, no. No, the mono is not good. It's really bad.
Not good.
Saturday morning. The night was a bit so-and-so because my air mattress was without air and then hence doesn't work as a mattress. So I had to re-inflate it 3 times during the night. Really, really bad. So let's have a little look at who's here now and yeah, what's happening here. We just had breakfast. I was like, here. Nice buns, and yes, the organizer here, Mr. Magnar. How are you, Magnar?
I'm just awakened, so a little bit tired after a long evening and night. But now we will have a good day with. Yeah, it's not so bad weather outside, so it's very nice.
But you are planning something really filthy now. I've heard some bad rumors that you are going to do something that is generally a no-no. What is that? What are you planning to do right now?
We are going to do a really hard workout in the gym, so we will go down to the gym downstairs and probably 1 hour at least.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Enjoy. I will not be there, but very good. That will be
in spirit.
You and cricket, right?
Yes. Yes.
Good
Sense of design.
Good
And
luck.
shit.
Good luck with the workout.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was that. That's the stream. That's very meta. Me filming the stream of me filming the stream.
I stream, you stream, everybody stream for I
Kalle
stream.
Svensson.
Hej!
Du kan ju flytta på det.
Ja, du kan ju också få sitta på den.
Ja, just det. Jag tänkte vi kunde flytta de här 2 borden mot väggen. Men då är det fel sida.
Klaus signing his great books.
All right.
Yeah, we should have a special episode about you and that. So that's sort of in preparation, and we will talk about the books there. I did have them in one book special, I think, so they are sort of already covered. But it would be nice to have you talk about them. Wasp.
Howdy hackers. Får jag lov att säga det?
Yeah, Compo Machine.
Molesting Hednings compo machine.
Molesting.
Yes.
That's very strong.
Yeah.
So let's see the stickers here.
Här kan vi gå in audio.
FairLight Abyss Connection.
Ja, det är nog bara den.
Ja, förlåt.
Ja, de vita. Hämta power.
Yeah, so Hedning couldn't come. He's homesick, I heard. That one is yours, right?
Yeah, that's the Amiga compo machine.
So you are basically. Let's do it like this because there is only one speaker or one microphone. So you are basically running the Amiga stuff, and normally Hedning would run the C64 stuff. Or
Yep.
Is that sort of the setup you had?
That is the setup. And now I'm running all of it.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
But it's good. Good chaos.
Good chaos. Music chaos.
So that's Grip. Let's see the stickers he has then.
Ja, alltså det är inget du kan göra på din PC, du gör det från C6. Ja, men det
Cool.
kan jag fixa. Om du har en U2 eller något sånt där.
And here we have Amiga coding.
Men då börjar vi att koppla upp och så. Ja.
Yeah, let's have a look at this.
Den ska vara en originalkart. Däremot så kan man koppla på en sån här.
So Atari 2600, it has one of those special cartridges that you can feed with an SD card. So it has an SD card with a number of games on it. So you can basically, I guess you can throw all the games that exist on the platform on the same cartridge, and then you can select it from a menu system. So yeah, that's what you see on top of here. Cool stuff. Let's see this. Atari 2600 demo. Space. Space. Ja. The very Swedish kebab pizza. That's good shit.
Sluta!
Yes, pizza can have pineapple on it, and it's nice.
Pizza buffet.
Moslinger.
Ja, frid vare med dig.
Vems vin är det? Va? Det är bara så att du inte spiller ut.
Vem fan gav mig
I'm sneaking out. This is during the C64 music competition.
Such dinosaurs with mega cool tune music but ambient. It's just butt.
Music butt.
AI.
Jag måste få den Depacker. Eller den, vad heter den?
All right, so the demo competition or the general competitions are done, and we had a number of really good entries, to be honest. I'm not much of a fan of the music competition generally, but this time the standard was really, really high, and apart from like one or two entries, they were all really good. So looking forward to seeing that, and yeah, some fairly decent contributions also to the demo competition. So I'm really looking forward to the result. You would have LFT sitting there with his tool, crunching the numbers, eventually coming up with the result. So we will be back with the results. And now we are finishing off the remaining pizza slices that were left from dinner.
Your understanding 500% more than I understand.
I would say what I understood was he was making preps in basic code that would just ingest bytes into machine code. The thing what he did was understanding all the decimals, was understanding that so this opcode, that particular value does that to the following values, and putting that together, and when the rest of us just look at it, it just
we didn't have that. Let's see if we can still have that. So Walt did a pretty silly thing. He coded a bit of a scroller just using basic poking values. So he, let's see if I can have it like that. So what he did was he put data statements and just poked them into memory and then called it from and he did a scroller like that. It was absolutely ridiculous. That stuff like that can't be done, because I mean, learning a string of opcodes, knowing a number of opcodes, that's fine. Knowing them in decimal, that's a bit sick. But calculating the branches and doing that in decimal, that's really silly. And he also sort of had color cycle tables in his head. That's also really wicked. So great work, Walt. It was absolutely.
we just had a really good conversation.
Yeah. You're now recording.
Okay, so okay, let's try this again. So
Your heart is the story of your life.
okay, but how, can you express what you feel without talent?
Without talent. I have so much talent.
Is that a question of
No, you're just bragging. Everybody's just as good as you.
I mean,
And you have a small dick.
no.
Silver tape.
Okay, I wouldn't know that. I will not ask Maya. I won't ask Maya. Okay, so so for me, a good demo is not necessarily the best coders, the best proficients. For me, the best demo is what entertains, and that requires an entirely different skill than programming or making music or being able to code. It requires collaboration.
The best demo happens by accident, I think. The best demo happens by someone seeding a small idea that leads to something bigger and bigger and bigger. That just grows, and without having the initial plan to make a good demo, but instead having the idea, well, we have just to do something, and then someone cracks the idea, oh, we're going to do that, and you answer me.
You're buying into the idea instead of, okay, we have to do a demo, we have to do this because he says we have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not buying into it. I'm not invested in it. And that brings it back to the whole idea. What makes the best demo? It's a team effort. It's that everybody buys into the idea that, okay, so I get the idea. This idea I love. I want to invest in it. And then we start to like create this organic thing that grows, and everybody feels like, ooh, so I can add this and I can do this. And we all mold into it with the capacities that we have. That makes a great demo.
So when did that happen? What is the best example of that happening? The seed that eventually takes root.
For the two of us, there's definitely Barry Boomer.
Yeah,
Barry Boomer, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
It started with absolutely nothing but the idea of just creating recreating a demo that fascinated me.
I was going to say the same time, the same thing.
Whereas on the opposite end would be Mojo, because Mojo, that was super orchestrated.
Yeah.
And it almost killed everybody on the team because it was difficult. Because people felt difficult to invest in it.
Yeah, but
there was a layout.
But we had to do it in that way because we had so little time.
And that was back to maybe one of the problems we had in the team. And I can say this, I'm sure this will be published eventually, that we in Bonsai, we had a pretty good idea that this is the way it's going. This is going to be the demo we want to make. Whereas the pretzel guys, I love you guys, they didn't really know what they were getting themselves into. Because it was like, so the whole scene is set. We have no creative freedom, and that was a struggle. These guys are amazing. I love them, super talented. I'm looking forward to the next meeting. We had a meeting at my place and it was legendary.
I mean,
that's the difference.
Isn't that like working for a small company versus working for a bigger company? When you are a small group, you can make your stuff and you can make amazing things. But this was more like a corporate effort. It was a number of people contributing, and it was the head office was telling what to do. And
and who wants that when you're going home from work, sitting down at your computer, trying to do something that's supposed to be fun? You don't want somebody to tell you what to do.
A new manager.
The sergeant comes telling everyone what to do.
And we had our struggles, but with Barry Boomer, and getting back to the whole idea, what makes it fun to make demos today, and what is the whole process of making that fun? That is the dynamic.
It's like a football team playing a match together. Everyone knows the role in the team, how to kick the ball to each other, and how to score a goal.
Barry Boomer wouldn't have worked. Barry Boomer wouldn't have worked if I had sat down and coded the entire thing and told Sarge, I need graphics for this. It wouldn't have worked if Sarge and I had sat down and made the graphics on the code and sent it off to Jammer and said, this is what we... It wouldn't have worked. It's so important. So back to this whole work progress. I made this. One of the things I really loved about working about Barry Boomer was I made a little bit of code. I shared it with Jammer and Sarge, and I got feedback. And it helped me change direction slightly because
iterative work.
It's not a technically difficult demo to make, but it's a hard demo to make in a story.
But then I told you, what if the whole planet explodes when the missile?
Yeah, I hated you when you did that. That was horrible. I was like, we were like 90% of memory was used, and then he had this idea, and I just so if you want the scorched earth thing to happen, I know I will have another bitmap in memory. And we were already running out of memory. It's like, I hate you, because it forced me to go back to my code and actually do proper code and just sloppy code. But that's okay. And I guess
normally it's okay.
That's when we play each other good, and that's what makes it fun. That's exactly what makes it fun.
Poking on a possibly little sore thing. Was there anything you could have done so that Mojo would have won the competition?
Mojo?
Yeah, of course, there could have been.
Do you think that anything you would have been able to do would have made any difference? Or
I will say something.
Yeah, give me more time to make something.
We only made that demo took us like 3 or 4 months to make.
5, close to 5.
It was very quick.
But
Okay, so we had some arguments.
Yeah.
And the arguments were mostly about side 4. Because you did not want side 4.
No.
I felt side 4 was required to give relief. Side 4 of Mojo was the guys are meeting, they're hooking up, and they're finding meaning of life. So side 4 is like the product of their renewed relationship. And that was, for me, not only supporting the story, but for me, most importantly, at that time, because we were so stressed, everybody as a team and working together, that we needed a relief.
Yeah.
We needed somewhere where all the coders
Happy ending.
had. So I have this idea. Just throw it in there. Throw it in there. And that gave a creative relief we needed. And that actually made the whole story for me conclude perfectly.
Yeah, but I don't think it worked really, because
maybe it didn't work.
It stopped
if we had more
narrative.
time.
Yeah, it stopped the narrative a bit.
I agree. It didn't really work out. But
we had a discussion to make that part quicker. Cut.
But did it make any difference? I mean, if
it's hard to tell.
To be honest, I think the game part, the Mahoney's 100 games, that won people over, and when that one landed with the audience and it resonated with everybody, nobody else had a chance. So you could have done anything, and it wouldn't have made any difference.
Isn't that just recording other games and compressing it really good?
Only.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
I know.
The only part.
Deepest respect to Mahoney.
It's the idea and the implementation of it.
That is great.
Most of all, the idea. Really, wow, hats off.
Is it really your stuff?
Wow, you're opening a completely different answer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's so much him, and it's awesome. It's crazy.
Yeah,
from a coder perspective, it's insane. And it's wonderful. And it's beautiful because it brings you down the highway of memories. And also the implementation is awesome.
I completely agree with that.
But
because it's
for me, the key thing here,
effort.
it doesn't go into your brain. It goes into your heart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Any logic you try to apply to it, and if you want to add more that talks to the mind, you wouldn't win them, because that one came here, and then the opposition was zero.
And you're striking an absolutely interesting point, because when you look at bonsai demos for the past 6, 7, 8 years, we're doing that we're trying to do that every time. Maybe we have some excellent coding because we have Walt. We saw him earlier today during the live coding session. It was crazy and insane.
Yes.
Sarge, last words before the prize ceremony for the stream.
We have nothing right now.
See you all guys on FairLight next time. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's your last words.
That's it. That's it.
Bonsai
rules.
Yeah, for me it's a massive effort to get this thing going in the demo. But for me, as an storytelling graphic person, those parts were way too long. I lost interest after maybe 10 scenes of the games. I mean,
so you proved your point. Let's move on. And I have to agree. I have to agree.
Technically,
you mean you could have done 25 and it would be equally good?
Yeah.
Okay. I understood the idea.
Possibly so.
And move on, because the idea was implemented in my head, and but for me it was dragging on too long with 100 of games, and I understand the idea was also to compress 100 of games into one disc side.
That's determined goal. I think
of course it's amazing, but
one of the things that the text did do was he added these graphics that was jumping over the screen. Later on, so after 15 or 20 screens, you'd get these graphics that jumped. For me, that gave a relief. So I got out of rhythm visually, and I think that helped a lot.
And a few of those were also really humorous. Like your James Bond thing with the comic twist as well. So
yeah, but you have lost
if you compare yourself to working 5 months to Sensor working 5 years.
But you have lost me when this just goes on and on and on. And if something happens after 20 scenes and there is nothing. If you vary that a little bit, there is no.
You didn't get the question. You didn't get the question.
Probably not.
He asked you. So what's the difference between working 5 months to make Mojo compared to 5 years with Sensor?
I think basically that gave them a shortcut to everybody's heart, and then the competition was sort of over. And then you had the rest competing, and you won by a landslide versus the others, including the ones that were 5 years.
I don't think we won was landslide. I don't think we did.
There is no.
Very close.
I think it's worse to make something in 5 years.
It degenerates because you start looking at your own
iron's cold.
You start going back to something that you decide at some point this is good, and then you eventually go away from it for a long time, go back and start to reconsider and think maybe it's not good. Nothing has changed.
But they also did like a storyboard change.
You have to keep
a lot of changes. I think for us, for Mojo, what really was a driver for us was that Sarge made a storyboard and said so, and he was actually very what do you call it?
Pushy.
It's going to be like this. I'm not doing it. Right? That was pretty much the way it went, and I was like, yeah, I love working with Sarge. He's like one of the best guys in the world. So I was like totally in, and we got the rest of the team in. We quickly realized, okay, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We need more people than we have. We knew that pretzels were like going somewhere, and we invited them in, and they came on board. And I'm not sure when we onboarded them on the project, they really understood that. So this is set in stone. This is what we're going to do. That caused a lot of frustration, but. I would say I would much rather prefer making a super stressful demo in 5 months with a concise team that, okay, we know what we're going to do. This is the goal. We all agree on this. Work on that, because it's sort of, for me as a coder, it's a lot easier to say, okay, so it's a little bit like work, and maybe not, but it's fun work. Say, okay, gotta do this, get it done, and I love to see.
Now we will have the results of the competition, so we have to break here. Thanks.
You have to work while the iron is hot.
Yeah. that was everything we had for today. I had a very good time at Mysdata. Thanks to Cricket, Robert, for driving me there. Very much appreciated. And thanks to Magnar and Scooby and Fried for the great event. See you next week. Bye bye.